Good morning, everyone. All right, so the market's down here a little bit, and the scenario is beginning to play out as I had anticipated in our Monday letter to subscribers. And I'll show you that setup in a minute. But we've got prices going sideways. Yesterday, I said that I was looking for yesterday to be a quiet consolidation day because prices had run up. And we had exactly that. Prices consolidated, and now they're pushing down below this little support area, which was that consolidation day from yesterday, which now leaves an intraday area of resistance overhead. So as we look at the multiple time frames, we have a daily chart that's broken out to new all-time highs. We've got a weekly chart that has made new highs as well, of course, and it's in an uptrend, chopped around for several weeks. All of that suggesting that prices can go higher. Now, that all being said, we always have two scenarios. We have our lines in the sand, and as long as prices stay above this area of major support on the weekly chart, which is down here, you say everything is just fine, and all the wiggles that are happening, as long as that doesn't happen, are just that wiggles. Now, of course, if prices do start coming down, the further prices come down toward this major support area, the greater the odds increase of getting through it and negating the pattern. Now, it has to trade underneath there to negate it. However, as prices come in here, we just, logically say that this strength that happened is beginning to evaporate. And so here we have that void concept on the daily chart where prices move straight up with momentum. So buyers have to step up and create new support, ideally before it retraces very far to the downside. Now, you Fibonaccios from destroying that term there, that are into all of that esoteric type of analysis. Look, you just common sense. You don't need to be drawing 0.682 and zero point 0.5 and 0.628 and so on and so forth and all of that. Just eyeball it and just say, you know what? The further this comes down toward this point where it started from, the greater the possibility that this trend is not going to continue to the upside. Now, as far as there being support, and you drawing your lines, well, all you need to do is just look to the left here. Where's the support? Well, here's, this is the support that broke, and if you're measuring from here to up here, right, where the move started to where the move we're saying possibly ends, since we've got that red bar, I can pull a fib tool out here. I'll show you something here on the fly while I'm talking. Let's get a Fibonacci tool here. Fibonacci retracement. All these platforms have all the fancy stuff. Okay, so look at what's happening here. So I've drawn from the low to the high, and here's where 0. 0.5 and 0.6 whatever is, right, in this area where, most fib traders would say, well, here is where the turn should happen. Well, wrong. It doesn't line up this time, right? This is where the turn should happen, where the price support is. There's nothing here. There's nothing at all there but, imaginary lines drawn with a esoteric subjective tool. All right, let's continue to move on here. So one of the pattern that is beginning to shape up here that I discussed with subscribers and showed them before it was setting up was a breakout bar failure. So on the Dow, we had this gap up and then 2-bar consolidation and then the wide range bar to the upside. Then yesterday, the pattern began to play out. So in the letter, I said we'd be looking for an inside narrow range day. On Monday, we've got that. And now, do prices trade underneath that? And if they do, that has then triggered the breakout bar failure by trading under the narrow range day. And that is not a short signal. However, it is a signal for longs. If you're a more active market participant, let's get out of that long. This is not what should happen in a market that consolidated for a couple of weeks. It's a sloppy consolidation, but the gap up from it was bullish, right? It's what we call a professional gap. Prices consolidated. They broke out with a wide range bar, and now the inside day, it shouldn't break below it. And if it does, it should only be momentary, and then, it turns right back up again. So we shall see if that actually happens. And let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Well, that's oil, which is up. The NASDAQ's coming in a little bit, and it's right on this prior support right there. So we'll see if that can hold. It's yesterday's low. I suspect it's not going to, but that is a guess. Also, we have big earnings on Netflix, which is up about 9 points here, and 180-ish. Big pop, I think it might be for aggressive traders and a short setup to take advantage of. We'll see. It's a huge gap. Of course, you have to know what you're doing with all kind of trades intraday. And HOG is gapping down here to 47. So pretty decent gap to the downside. So both of these will be in play as gap trades. And we've got Goldman that reported. It's not doing much, but it's down a little bit. So the financials, which have been setting up well. I remember I pointed out to you right here the financials and JP Morgan, and I pointed out for you and Citi and so on. And we talked about the fact that they were up here. So it's going to have to go through some consolidation for a while, I suspect. But, they're looking good. Now, as far as, setups for the market coming in, what you might want to consider is a long on this UVXY, which is starting to move up here, and that would only be a day trade. You'd have to see how things end up here today, or TVIX, right? These are the volatility index ETFs that you can trade, and the VIX is down quite a bit. Let's see if I got a VIX chart up here. Type it in. Yeah, it's down here near historical lows, and it can stay down here for a long time. But you might have a counter move in here, and so those two ETFs are the tradable instruments. If you think the market's going to come in a little bit and the VIX will go up a bit, certainly could be good for a day trade. So that's it, guys. Any questions that you might have, post them underneath here. I'll read that and talk about it in future videos, or concepts that you'd like me to talk about, or just general questions about, the broader markets or trading strategy or what have you. Put it out there, and be happy to cover those things. You can email me, Greg@mastertrader.com. Have a great trading day.